One of the things I love about the Xbox is that you have so many options when it comes to what type of controller you want, because unlike Sony, which doesn't really have a lot of third-party support when it comes to making controllers for it, Xbox has tons. And there's so many, especially for pro-level players. And thanks to Turtle Beach, we just have another controller to add to that. Meet the Turtle Beach Recon controller, fully customizable with all your audio options built in, superhuman hearing, and precision controls. Let's go ahead and get into it. Before we kick this video off, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Turtle Beach for sending over the Turtle Beach Recon controller. I'm really shocked at how great this controller is because, I've gone through using different ones, from the PowerA Fusion Pro 2 controller, this is a very solid, I really love this controller. And I've also been utilizing the Razer Wolverine V2. And I love this controller. The crazy thing is, I love all three, but I love this one a little bit more just because, one is new, but there's a couple things that this has that the others don't, including the official controller doesn't have. And it's just, I love the gripability. Like, if you look at it, if I put it here, it might be a little blurry, but this is what it looks like. Yeah, it kind of, if you want to say, like, it doesn't have the most, professional looking look to it, and it is a bit plasticky. It's a lot lighter than this controller, the Wolverine V2. It's also lighter than the Fusion Pro 2, but overall it's got a lot of really great features built into it, like having all of your EQ built into the controller as opposed to having to get like an adapter or a chat pad or something to be able to fiddle with your sound. That's a game changer. And the fact you've got two customizable bumpers on the back. There's this grippable material that's on it, which is also on the Wolverine V2 as well, but only on the grips here, not on the buttons themselves. This has it on all the triggers and on the sides, plus it's got this cooling on the grip. And it just feels good. Like, this feels really solid. It's lightweight too. Like I said, it's really light. It's probably the lightest Xbox Series X or S controller I've actually used, but I like it. And I like the way it feels when I'm playing shooters. And in this video, we're gonna dive into everything with this controller, unbox it, we're gonna set it up, plug it into the Xbox, try it out with a couple games. I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts. Now, I'm just really excited. But before we do that, make sure you sub to the channel, ding the notification bell, that way you stay up to date on all the latest and greatest content that comes from what we do here. And if you want to support what we do, go ahead and hit the join button. We've got channel membership as well as Patreon, so if you want to support what we do, hey, it's another option. All that links are down below. And other than that, man, let's get into why this is one of the dopest controllers out there.
Alright, so we got the Recon controller. This wire controller for Xbox. Works with the Xbox One and the Series S and X. So we're going to go ahead and dive into this. This is apparently supposed to give you enhanced audio features built right into the controller. So I'm very curious as to how that is. And it says Recon controller. You get the Turtle Beach Audio Advantage, superhuman hearing, Pro Aim focus mode. So it's got the back paddles, which I love. You guys know I love these back paddles. Okay, so you got your usual books and stuff. Let's check out what we get. So, quick setup guide, letting you know what does what, and I believe stickers and warranty information. Looks like it's probably like a 6-foot cable, maybe 7 feet. Okay, so USB Type A on that side. Question is the other Type C or is it Type A? Hoping Type C. And I got what I want, it's Type C. Oh, this is lightweight. I was expecting this to be a little bit heavier. Alright, so here's the controller itself. This is the surround sound. Mode, select, mic mute, and then you've got chat, volume control. Got your share button, for Xbox Series S and X. You got your options and the other button. You got your D-pad, which is kind of funky. It's similar to the Xbox the Elite controllers and the Xbox Series S and X controller, not exactly like it. So it's same disc shape, but it feels a lot different. And then you've got the sticks, which feel pretty good. Nice travel. The buttons feel really good. Got your headphone input, so no need for an adapter or anything. Then you got your triggers in the back. One thing I'm noticing is there's no hair trigger selector, so that's one thing I do use when I use this controller, so I can have like hair trigger versus a full pull, but I'll see if I'll need to get used to that. But yeah, in comparison, size-wise, roughly about the same size. I can't really complain about it. About the same size, same dimensions. Very little is different about them. Buttons are roughly about the same size. The sticks are the same size. Same type of feel overall. The D-pad, which is really good on this controller. The default one for the Xbox. Doesn't feel as good on the Recon controller, but we'll have to see. Triggers definitely feel better to me on the Recon controller, and having the paddles, which I don't have on this. But yeah, we're gonna test this out because this does feel really good in the hand. Like if I compare it, this feels really good. This is very comfortable to me. And this is also very comfortable. Yeah. I gotta test this out. So we're gonna go ahead and test it out. I'll tell you guys what I think overall thus far at this point. Oh yeah, here's another thing I need to talk about. The anti-slip grip material that's on the trigger, so your fingers are not gonna slide. Kind of similar to what's here. Sorry about the cat hair. Except it's way more, because you don't really have it much here on the left and right bumper, but you have it here on the bumpers. I really love it. They feel good. Now, build quality overall between these two. Very plasticky, very much, solid, ergonomic piece of architecture. I just love the way this is designed. This feels a little bit cheaper, but that's the feel of it. Even compared, this feels better than this as far as like plastic feel. But features, this right here, is way more features than either of these. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try this out, let you guys know what I think, play some other games, and I'll get back to you.
You get this little booklet that comes with it that lets you know what all that the controller can do. So when you see this, you've got mic monitoring, EQ settings. You can button map when it's set to here, and then you've got the Pro Aim mode. So basically, you can cycle through by hitting mode. So right now, I'm on mic monitoring, and if I want, I can literally just press it again, and I'm in EQ settings. And then I can go over here if I want to map basically the back paddle. This one allows me to utilize the Pro Aim focus mode, which gives me a higher precision with the sticks. And it works. It definitely works. I'm going to show you guys how that works. If I want to turn on superhuman hearing, like it's turned on right now, I can control the volume of the game up and down. I can control my mic mute directly here, and basically I can control my chat. I got my chat mixer here, and I like the fact that most of us are used to a lot of these features being here on different say, like if we want to compare it to if I were to use the chat pad, I typically would have a lot of those features on the bottom here, and they're here instead. So also to note, the chat pad does not work with this controller. So if you're used to using chat pad, hey, that's something you're just gonna have to give up. It just feels so perfect. Like, the response times on everything is just insane.
Override the security system.
Love to. Delicate work to do while getting shot at, though.
Let's clear the lady some workspace, shall we?
So far, so good. I can pull off my dragon punches, my throws, my tatsus. So far, so good. I'm really impressed with this D-pad. So I gotta try it out with Mekel Kasanova, and this is my team. I call this Team S&K, but this version of Mekel has chain punches, and I need to make sure that I can pull off his chain punches perfectly. Got him. Okay. Okay. This is good for his chain punch inputs. And that's it. That's the review for the Turtle Beach Recon controller. Again, shout out to Turtle Beach for sending this over to me. I absolutely love this controller. And man, I'm in a bit of a conundrum because I'm like, I've got a bunch of different pro level controllers, from the Fusion Pro 2 to the Wolverine V2, and it's like, what do I want to use? And I think I'm just going to float between all of them, but this is going to be my primary go-to controller. And especially at the price point where it's at and the features built into it, unless you have the need to use paddles like on this one, or if you like the micro switches in the Razer Wolverine V2, if that's not really that important to you, I say get this. It's the most expensive of the three controllers, I will say that, but you do get really great performance. I honestly feel like the sticks are better than the other two controllers combined and individually. I meant to say individually, but hey, combined individually, whatever. It's better than both, in my opinion. It feels really good in hand. The D-pad, you know, I will say this about the D-pad. The D-pad is better than the one on the Fusion Pro 2, and it's also better than the one on the Wolverine V2. So keep that in mind. For fighting games, this is perfectly fine. Killer Instinct, Street Fighter, King of Fighters, Tekken, Virtua Fighter, whatever you're playing, this'll do it for you. The buttons are really good. They're silent too. They're not loud. Like I would expect the buttons to be louder than, because the Wolverine has micro switches. Those are pretty loud to me. But either way, this is a really solid controller. I really enjoy using it. The customization of it, mappable buttons, everything just being built. This is so solid. But anyways, that's my review. What do you guys think? Do you have the Turtle Beach Recon controller? Is this a controller you're looking at picking up? Whatever your thoughts are, let's go ahead and get the conversation going in the comment section down below. And if you want to take the conversation further, we do have Discord as well as Guilded. Links to both of those are in the description below. And aside from that, if you want to pick it up, I have an Amazon affiliate link down below that you can, if you want to buy, hey, I get a little kickback. It helps, goes to the channel and costs you nothing. If you want to support what we do, we have Patreon, we got channel memberships, all that's greatly appreciated. All that out of the way, thank you for coming through. Deuces wild, too sweet, be the elite. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Mahalo for making it to the end of the video. I really appreciate your support by those of you who like the videos, who watch and who subscribe. And for those of you who are my Patreon supporters, thank you for your continued support because you help make this possible. If you enjoy my work and you'd like to support what we do have Patreon on patreon.com/Mekel Kasanova. We also have Coffee as well as Subscribestar. So there's various methods if you want to support the work that we do here. We also have channel membership, so make sure you check that out. That way you get up to date on all the latest and greatest content that comes here and first, and exclusive content as well. And if you enjoy the work that I do and you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. So with that being said, Mekel Kasanova, Hawaii content creator. I hope to see you on the next one. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ding the notification bell. And all that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.